Okay, good morning. So we are talking about three-phase AC to DC thyristor based converters, and so let's continue the discussion about that. Let us take this circuit. This is the converter circuit. Three-phase converter has 6 thyristors. Three-phase full bridge converter, and this is the supply system. This is one. Then this is the common neutral. The naming convention is TH1, TH3, TH5, TH2, TH4, and TH6, minus plus convention of polarity. This is VRN. This is VYN. This is VBN. This is the load. Let's say the load is continuous, load current is continuous. This is the current ID. This point potential, let's call as VD1N. N is the neutral. This is the reference neutral with respect to this VD1N, and with respect to this is VD2N. So this is the rectified voltage, which is nothing but VD1N minus VD2N. So this is the convention of our circuit, and we will now see take one case where the firing angle is let us say 60 degree. How do we do it? So first we have to sketch the AC waveform. So AC waveform, we break it into roughly 30 degree gaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this indicates our 360 degree. 1 or 2 will extend later. Let's take this is the this is the voltage. This is the phase voltage, or VRN. I am drawing first. Okay, so VYN I will draw next. Maybe another color. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. One, two, three. Right. So the third one, let us take another color. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3. So this is these are the three-phase line to neutral waveforms. So this is VRN, this is VYN, and this is VBN, right? And by this time we know how to conceptually think about alpha is equal to 0 degree. Alpha is equal to 0 degree for positive one. We'll start with the possibility of getting maximum voltage. So therefore, this corresponds to alpha is equal to 0 degree for VRN. So now let us consider the firing angle is 60 degree. So alpha is equal to 60 degree has to be counted from here. From here, this is alpha is equal to 0. So this is 60 degree. So 60 degree, the firing has been done. So this this voltage waveform is therefore the thyristor 1 is conducting therefore this chunk of the voltage, and the voltage that VD1N is the positive terminal voltage. VD1N is what is VD1N? VD1N when thyristor 1 is conducting, if thyristor 1 conducts, VD1N is equal to VD1N is equal to VRN, right? That is the thing. If thyristor 1 conducts, if thyristor 3 conducts, then VD1N is equal to VYN, and if thyristor 5 conducts, then VD1N is equal to VBN. Okay, this way the one terminal of the output voltage will be decided. Similarly, if VTH2 conducts, then VDN is equal to VRN, right? This thing conducts means VD2N is equal to VRN. VTH4 conducts, then it is like this, and then TH6 conducts, it will be like this, similarly like that. So let us take first one, that VRN has been fired at alpha is equal to 60 degree. This corresponds to alpha is equal to 60 degree where it has been fired, and this conduction will be for 120 degree. It will conduct for one. This is the difference. It will conduct only for, because after that another phase gets prominence. After every 120 degree, another phase becomes prominent. So therefore, this is the thing, because total 360 degree has to be divided into 3 phases. So nobody can be given more than 120 degree duration. So this is the this thing conducting. Then second will be this thing conducting. So let me draw it in a green color. So this is when this is the output voltage, one part of it. So the first part of it I am drawing. First part means VD1N. So this is then YN has come. So 120 degree will end here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will end here. The green color waveform, it will end here. Then the other firing has happened and it has gone there and continuing here, and then coming back like this, and this. So this is what is known as V. Green color waveform is, you can say, is VD1N, right? Now we have to do for VD2N. So VD2N is when, again we will count 60 degree. 60 degree has to be counted from here. 0 degree is here, because 0 degree negative maximum is coming here, R phase. So from here we will count. Then 60 degree, 30, 60. So it is fired therefore at this point. So let me put a red color here. So this is the negative one conducting. 1, 2, right? 2 here, right? So it will be then 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be coming back. This is alpha is equal to 0. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, right? So 3, 4 is fire. This one, red one, blue color waveform, right? Oh, this is 0 is here. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 360 degree is here, right? So then up to this, yeah. So up to this. Then again the other phase is fired. So this is going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then the negative other phase is fired. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Right. So this is what is VD2N. So what is the total sum? Total sum is this plus this, this minus this, that is rectified output voltage. So let's sketch that. let's sketch that. Let's sketch that. A little bit extra page would have been good, but I don't have it, so I cannot maintain probably the scaling. I will only maintain what is the actual thing. So let's see what is happening. Okay, I will start from here. This is the ground. Below that nothing is there, right? Okay, so this is that. So this is the thing. So green, let us start from here. Green minus red, right? So green minus red is how much? You see that green minus red is how much? This is 3 and 1, so 4 divisions. I can say it is 4 divisions. Let me draw with this color. So this is 4 divisions, right? And here they are matching, so that means they are coming down to 0. Green minus red is 0. So this is the rectified output waveform for 60-degree firing angle, right? This is identical chunks of voltages will come. Right? So if it is 50 Hz waveform, original waveform, this will be 50 into 6 because every duration is 60 degree. Every chunk of the voltage waveform has periodicity with respect to 60-degree angle. So this is the thing, right? And then our 60-degree was ending here, right? Our 60-degree was according to blue waveform, so right. So here like this, and then like this, and then from here it is like this. Yes, so this waveform is V rect, which is nothing but V d1n minus V d2n, right? Let me put T in capital. Let me put T in capital, D2 and D1n. So this is for alpha is equal to 60 degree, and the actual voltage output, if I take the average value of it, the average value will be somewhere here, somewhere maybe here. Average value is somewhere here probably, and the average value will be given by the formula that we derived in the last class. The last class formula was here. This is the formula. 3 pi root 2 V line to line RMS value into cos alpha. So which is 3 by pi root 2 V line to line cosine alpha, that is equal to the V rect. 3 by pi into root 2, 3 by pi into root 2, this formula, which is nothing but number wise 1.35 VLL line to line RMS cos alpha, right? So here if I put cos alpha is equal to 60 degree, whatever value you get, that will be the value. 3 by pi into root 2 VLL, you have to put whatever the number. Normally 415 volt is the 3-phase supply, you get it into cos of 60 degree. So this way, by varying the alpha, we can vary the rectified output voltage. That is why it is called controlled converter. Voltage is controlled, but what is not controlled is the current. So how is the current shape? How is the current shape? Let us see the current shape here. Let me see it here itself. This may look a little clumsy, but let us put it here itself. Let me put it with black color. So when is the R phase conducting? R phase is conducting. We know that it is conducting this duration, and the current is 120 degree. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how the current is conducting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it has a gap. And the negative current, when is it conducting? When is the negative current conducting? So negative current is conducting from here, right? This red one. So negative current is conducting here. For we are drawing for R phase, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 here, 4 here, right, right. So this is the shape of the, this is the shape of the current, right? This is the shape of the current, right? And you have seen the shape of the voltage. I am again drawing R phase voltage. R phase voltage is blue color waveform. That is this. Look at the position of the current. Look at the, with respect to this voltage, R phase voltage, this is the R phase current. This is, I will write it as IR. This is IR, R phase current. Similarly, 120-degree shift, you can get other current waveforms. I am not drawing it. You know what it will be. Just 120-degree shift you have to give to this waveform. But this waveform is this. Okay, this waveform is this. Okay. Now, do you know what is the where is the fundamental located? Where is the fundamental of this current is located? Can you tell me where? Look at this. Where the current zero is where? It is at 60 degree, which essentially means from here 90 degree, because our reference 0 degree is 30 degree shifted, right? Alpha 0 is 30 degree shifted with respect to VRN waveform. With respect to that, 60 degree shift is there when the current is current has a value. Otherwise it is 0 and shift in that sense. Current gets value equal to ID. What is the value? ID. And what is the value here? Minus ID, right? So this is the current shape. But where is its fundamental located? Where is the 0 of the fundamental? That means an equivalent sine wave you have to draw, right? You have to draw a sine wave whose 0 is at what place? From observation itself you can tell me where is the 0? Where is the 0? 0 of that sine wave. Okay, the magnitude of the sine wave also you have done. You could do it by Fourier series. Fourier series will be how much? The peak value will be how much? 4 ID by n. N is equal to 1. Since I am doing fundamental, n is equal to 1. 4 ID by n pi, it is the peak. Okay, and its magnitude has another factor. What is that factor? It depends upon the width of that. So width is how much? Width is 120 degree, right? So we'll write it as sine of 60 degree. Width is 120 degree divided by 2. Let me put the formula. Whatever the width, if the width is delta, the width is delta, okay? So this would be sine delta by 2. That is the formula of the magnitude into the sine of omega t minus something. What is that? Omega t minus something is how much? Okay, that's what I'm asking. What is the value? Where is it located? Where is it located? Okay, where would it be? Its 0 will be located. Cannot tell from observation.
60 degree.
60 degree, right? So it will be located not at 60 degree. Sorry, not at 60, or maybe I don't know. Yeah, you may say 60
theta equal to 60.
Yeah, theta is equal to 60, right? So its 0 is located here. 0 is equal to located here. So what is basically saying? 30 degree shift is there. Wherever this is the point when current is getting this thing. But from the symmetry point of view, it will be shifted by this. The fundamental component will be located at here. Okay, where? From here, 30 degree shift. From here. So in general, what is this? It is 30 degree plus alpha in general. Don't take it a specific value of 60 degree with respect to which I have drawn for clarity. The general angle is how much? General angle is 30 degree plus alpha. Okay, then another shift of minus 30 degree. So minus 30 degree. So where is it located? It is located at 0 is located at alpha. So this waveform will write it as sine omega t minus alpha. That is the fundamental component of the R phase 1 is implying fundamental component. As a function of sine wave, as a function of instantaneous value, it would be expressed with this expression. 4 id by n pi, you already know a square waveform, we always remember it, 4 id by n pi. 4 id by n pi is the expression for a square waveform, n is the harmonic number. In this case, I am talking about fundamental. So 1 sine delta by 2 is the scaling that is happening due to that factor that it is not a pure square wave, it is a quasi square wave. Then the delta is the width factor coming in. Okay, so 1 sine 120 degree will be actually 120 divided by 2 is equal to sine 60 degree. That is the magnitude part of it. Okay, peak value of this. Then the instantaneous time function. So that is sine omega t, but it is a shifted function. So how much is the shift? Its shift is alpha. So that is the issue. Okay, the current goes high at alpha plus 30 degree. Current goes high at alpha plus 30 degree in the phase A, but fundamental is 30 degree back shifted because fundamental is 0, where the location of the 0 of the sine wave is. So location of the 0 of the sine wave is shifted towards this, right? So here it is located, and therefore let me complete the negative part also. 1, 2, 3, negative part is like this, right? Negative part is like this, then like this, and then it is like this, right? So so it is that is the fundamental. Similarly, all other 3 phases are 30 degree shifted. So if this is the waveform, you can see the power. Power is fundamental voltage, fundamental current, and the phase shift angle. So how much is the phase shift between fundamental voltage and fundamental current? How much is the phase shift? How much is the cos phi? How much is the power factor? How much is the power factor? Cos alpha. The power factor would be how much? Cos alpha, right? As we expect it. We have seen that it is cos alpha for that also, for single phase also. Single phase also, even though here the current is not spreading in each phase over 180 degree, it is spreading only for a duration of 120 degree, but the power factor doesn't change, right? So the displacement factor doesn't change. We have seen the displacement factor. Displacement factor definition, you remember, the displacement factor definition is what? The power, the active power that is going through the phase divided by fundamental voltage and fundamental current, right? The RMS value of the fundamental voltage and the RMS value of the fundamental current, right? So if you do that, you will get this number as, again, displacement factor is equal to cos alpha, right? So it is not changing. Factor is equal to cos alpha. So 3-phase also, the displacement factor is cos alpha when you take the this type of converter, full bridge converter with 6 switches, 6 thyristor switches, right? So I have described what is the waveform, and I request you to draw it yourself. If somebody asks you what is the voltage across the thyristor TH1, obviously thyristor voltage across it will be 0. Otherwise, as per the circuit theory, because sometimes thyristor 1 is when thyristor 1 is conducting, the voltage is collapsed to 0. Otherwise, thyristor 3 will be conducting. So this point potential will be going to thyristor 3, and the other point would be either thyristor 6 or thyristor 2. So that voltage waveform will come here. Sometime TH5 will be conducting, and the other voltages will be TH4 and TH6. So that voltage will be across the thyristor. So the voltage across the thyristor when it is conducting is 0. Otherwise, it is Vy minus Vb or Vy okay, or V y minus Vr some portion of the time 120 degree duration, subsequently Vb minus Vr and Vb minus Vy. So this way you can sketch it. You have to just have patience to sketch it. as per the circuit theory. You now know who is conducting when, and you are clear that conduction has all the time conduction is following a sequence. Conduction sequence is TH1, TH3, TH5, and here in the negative part you see that in this portion, negative part in this portion, you see that this is conducting. This is R phase is conducting here. R phase negative, here it is R phase is conducting, and subsequently the Y phase would be conducting. Y phase negative will be conducting, and after that the B phase negative will be conducting. Right. Let's do one more thing to show that we can get both positive and negative voltage from this. From the thyristor converter, which may be required, negative voltage would be required for reverse power flow, right? We may require that voltage for reverse power flow when the voltage is negative but the current is positive. So let's do the firing angle, a corresponding firing angle which is greater than 90 degree, because as per the formula it is cos alpha function. So alpha has to be greater than 90 degree in order to get the rectified voltage that is negative.
Sir, can you just repeat what you just said?
What I'm saying is that the rectified voltage expression, if you look at it, what is the rectified voltage expression? Where did I write it? Yeah, you look at the rectified voltage expression. So it is a function of cos alpha. So if I want to produce a rectified voltage which is negative on an average, I must have alpha greater than 90 degree.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so let me draw sine wave. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This okay, so this is Y and another is this 1, 2, 3, 2. Right, more or less okay. So this is our three-phase system, and we have to fire at 150 degree. We will fire at 150. Alpha is equal to 150 degree. So alpha is equal to 0 is where? Alpha is equal to 0 is here. Alpha is equal to 0 is here, and from here we'll go 150 degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are firing here. Note that we are firing here the positive TH1. Don't be surprised that this TH1 will now take the negative chunk of the voltage. That is what is the intention. That is what is the, so TH1 will now take this voltage 1, 2, 3, 4. For this duration, it will take the negative part of the R phase voltage. Because I have fired at, this is the firing angle, alpha is equal to 150 degree, which has been counted after 30 degree, after, because this is R phase, B, R, N phase. So I have fired at 150 degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 into 5 is 150 degree, and it will conduct for 120 degree, and therefore it will VD1N. VD1N, let me draw in a different color. This D1N will be this part of the voltage. This voltage it will take. It will take. That it will take. Subsequently, it will take Y phase voltage. So this will go like this. 360 degrees ending here. So I am going here, and then I'm going continue from this part of the thing. So negative. So I am continuing here. So here 60 degree I have covered. Here another 60 degree I am covering. So this will come to 1 2. Yeah, 1 2. So it will come to this, right? It will come to this 0 to first 60 degrees here, and the next 60 degrees here. So then subsequently the other one, so it will 0 and then 60 degrees here. So this pink color waveform is what is produced by firing the top thyristors. It is producing a negative voltage now because the firing angle is alpha is equal to 150 degree. So this we will call it VD1N, right? VD1N. And now we'll do for the bottom thyristors. So bottom thyristors, where we'll be counting this is 0 degree for bottom thyristor, and I will go 5 divisions. 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 divisions implies that I am firing here at this thing. Another color I will take. Which color I will take? Let me take this color. So this is this is the portion of chunk of the voltage. This is done by the bottom thyristors. 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the voltage, and then coming down to 0. Then another 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 here, right? This is the thing it will take, and then this is the thing 1 2 3 4 1 2 4. Yes. So this is produced by this is V D2N, and your convention is V rect is equal to V D1N minus V D2N. Since V D1N is negative, okay, and V22N is positive, so it is producing even more negative, right? So we'll do that. So we'll just sketch that. So just sketch that. So you can see roughly, I'm talking roughly. Let us take this portion when this is firing, it is 0 and it is negative. So it is some positive, about roughly 2 divisions positive. I am roughly doing it. So let me take a color to green color. So roughly this positive it is taking, and then it goes around, and here this point is positive. No, sorry, this one I am taking this one. So this is negative, and the other one is the positive part has come to this. Sorry, we'll take every 60
Hello,
degree. One second, just wait. This is this one, and that is 0. So it will again come back to this portion. Just wait 1 minute. Let me complete the sketch. So 1 2 3 4. So this one, and this is negative, and that portion 0, and that portion has come down to 0, and this is positive. This is negative. So I'm just missing. I have to draw negative side, right? 1 minute. Let me put this is 0 line, 0 voltage, right? So this portion, the R phase is 0, and Y phase is the other one, the negative side, negative phase is here. So total there is some negative value at this point, okay, and then at this point it is negative this much, and this portion has become again 0, so it is coming back to the same value. So Okay, so like this it will continue. Yeah, tell me, what is the question? Yeah, tell me. Tell me.
I got it.
So let me cross check it again. This point is 0. This is 0. This VD2N is some positive. So overall they are negative. Overall they are negative value this. And here after 60 degree, this point has become negative, but the other point has become 0. So it, and the values are same. So it is this one. Similarly, every 60 degree you will see such repetition. Every 60 degree you will get a repetition. Every 60 degree you will get a repetition. This is V d1n minus V d2n, and this value will be given by your formula. Formula is 1.35 V line to line RMS into cos of 150 degree. That will be the average value of this waveform. It will be exactly same in magnitude, but opposite in value, numerical value, had the angle alpha been 30 degree. So that is the way we should sketch it. And the duration of conduction of R phase, if I want to sketch that, I'll just do the conduction of R phase. R phase, this conduction current is now here. Positive current is here. So far away from the voltage 0, so far away. The voltage 0 is here, R phase voltage 0 is here, but R phase conduction is, that is why this is no negative power. You can see that power is negative because it is coming, positive current is coming in the negative part of the voltage. The voltage here is negative and current is positive, right? That means power is reverse. Power is going from the DC side to AC side, right? And the R phase, the other conduction time is here. Where it is here. So in this portion it is current is negative. Current is I should draw it black color. That clearly shows that the power is negative. Okay, power is negative. Fundamental is located here. Fundamental is located here. Fundamental is located here. Yeah, so that will be the fundamental of this current waveform. Fundamental of this current. The black one is, I would say, IR for alpha is equal to 150 degree. IR, that for alpha is equal to 150 degree. If anybody has a question, please ask me.
Sir?
Yes.
In this case, what would be the like displacement factor? How do we see that?
Displacement factor is cos alpha. Cos alpha. Cos 150 degree. You can clearly see, no, displacement factor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 0 is coming here, from the voltage 0. This is the voltage 0, and this is the current 0. So how much is the displace? It is displaced by 150 degree. So displacement factor is alpha, alpha or cos alpha, cos alpha. So this is the thing. And power factor you can find out exactly same way. You have to divide. The actual power is V RMS. Let me say VR Rn1, Rn1 is the fundamental. It doesn't matter whether it is this I R RMS values. These are capital IR1. This is the RMS value into cos alpha, right? IR1 is the RMS value of the fundamental divided by, what is the basic definition? VRN1, and here it is not R1 IR. That will be the power factor. That means this kind of step waveforms RMS value you have to find out. That is also very easy. You know what is the formula? ID, I think ID is the magnitude into root over of 2 by 3 because it is 120 degree, not 180 degree. So 60 into 2, root over of 2/3. That's a duty ratio, kind of duty ratio formula. D formula.
It is root D.
It is root D. So root D is 2 by 3, right? So that is the formula, ID into root D. So that way you can find power factor, and this is what is displacement factor. Cos alpha is displacement factor. This displacement factor, right? Even this thing I can convert into semi-bridge. So what will be the semi-bridge? It can be exactly identical idea. So let me do the semi-bridge. One thyristor and one diode I will put. One thyristor, one diode I have put, and the voltage supply system is here. By the way, what is the difference between thyristor and diode? Diode is a thyristor with firing angle 0. For any conversion application, this general idea will hold good. Nothing new has to be taught with diode rectifier. If you just think diode rectifier, whatever has been taught in thyristor rectifier, you hold it. But take a special case. Diode is a special case of thyristor with firing angle 0 degree. That's all. No other knowledge, extra knowledge is required. Okay, so here also while drawing it, I will apply that thing. I will consider that as if it's a thyristor with firing angle 0 degree. Alpha is equal to 0 degree. That's what I will do. And with that, all continuous, discontinuous mode that we have learned earlier will hold good. Will hold good. The same equations will be there. Instead of this DC bus has now more more average value and higher frequency ripple. There for 50 Hz single phase 50 Hz we get 100 Hz ripple in the DC bus. Here for 50 Hz we'll get 300 Hz ripple. That's it. That means your integration, everything has to be limited within this 60 degree. Your discontinuous conduction mode also has to be within that. Earlier we said alpha and pi plus alpha. Here it is not like that. Here it is within 60 degree. We have to see that periodicity is happening within 60 degree or not. That's it. Extend it in your own thought. How this will be discontinuous conduction mode will be there. Practice it. In the Wednesday's class, if you have any doubt, and ask me. Think about discontinuous conduction mode. Continuous conduction mode I have shown. Continuous conduction mode duration is only 120 degree. In discontinuous conduction mode, it will break it into two parts, two identical parts of 60 degree. The current will be discontinuous, but two identical parts will be there, 60 degree, 60 degree. In the positive side, another 60 degree will be in the negative side. So no new knowledge. Your all things are now limited between that. Only thing you have to be careful how to look at alpha. Alpha you are looking at, which is from the phase voltage 30 degree shifted. That is how you are looking at alpha. Alpha counting is starting from 30 degree of the phase voltage, right? That's no other extra caution is required, and all whatever you have learned will be holding good. So this is also I name it VD1N and this point I name it the point I name it as V D2N. N is our reference. Okay, and this is plus minus VRN plus minus VYN plus minus VBN. So again I have to put this thing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, right? 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, so this is Rn. One, two, three. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay. Right. Right, so this is the thing. Let us take a firing angle of alpha is equal to 30 degree and diode rectifier. So then what will happen? Alpha 30 degree means I will fire at this point for positive phase. So let me take a color. Let me take pink color. So I will fire at this point. This is 0 degree, 30 degree implies this. So 1 2 3 4 I will take this voltage. Right, 1 2 3 4 I will take this voltage from the thyristor part of it. 1 2 3 4 I will take this thing. So this is what is VD1N, right? And the other one, so diode will conduct, the name of diodes, let me give it. So TH1, TH3, TH5, D2, D4, D6. So this one was, so we already know that this is TH1, this is TH5, no, TH3, and this is TH5. That is what it conduct. Now, where will D2 conduct? D2 is easy because D2 will conduct when -1 is maximum, minimum. Okay, so this part, the voltage is minimum. So this is what is D2 conduction zone. So this is one, then this part, and that means this part, and that means this part. So it will be, this is the voltage coming out of the 1 2 3 4, right? So this is what voltage coming out to be. This is D2. Okay, after that D4, after that D6, right. So what is the final output voltage? Final output voltage, yeah, final output voltage is how much is the final output voltage? Let's start from phase R only. So phase R, this point it is positive, and this point it is negative, so it is even more positive. So it is somewhat here more positive, and then after 60 degree it is somewhat less positive, and it is more negative. So it will come back to the same number, green. So this is 60 degree periodicity will get, 60 degree periodicity will get, and your numbers will be like this. Voltage waveform should be like this. Right. So after every 60 degree, it will periodically it will be repeating. Right. And what will be the value? Can anybody guess what will be the value of this? Can anybody guess from the basic formula? What was the formula for 3 by pi something, right? It was what? 3 by pi root 2 something. 3 by pi root 2 VLL cos alpha. When it is full bridge. 3 by pi root 2 VLL cos alpha. That is the formula. 3 by pi root 2 VLL RMS. VLL means line to line RMS into cos alpha. That was the formula for full bridge. And how much it will be modified? How do I modify it? When it is as if you have to think that one alpha is alpha, another is, this is the alpha. This is the, from there to there is alpha. This is alpha. But other one, alpha is equal to 0 degree, right? That is the difference. So how it will be modified?
Maybe we can divide into two parts.
Yes, good. So I will divide it into two parts.
3 by root 2 pi VLL cos alpha plus 3 by root 2 pi VLL. Like
and that cos alpha will give you 1, right?
Yes.
1 cos alpha will give you this. Another cos alpha, since it is 0 degree, it will give you 1, right? So this will go into modified into this form, because 1 alpha, as if 1 alpha is equal to whatever alpha and another alpha is equal to 0 degree. So that cos alpha, the total part, there are two contributions. Positive bridge is gives cos alpha, another negative bridge gives you 1. So that's why from the basic formula we can first divide it into 2 and then think that one is alpha 1 and another is one. I write one is alpha 1 is equal to alpha, another is alpha 1 is equal to this, right? The formula, let us write it as 2 cos alpha 1, then it will be very generic. Cos alpha 1, one alpha 1 is alpha, another alpha 1 is equal to 0. So this way you can estimate, not estimate, actually find what is the what is the output of the semi-bridge converter. Okay, and current waveform, you can draw the current waveform also. Let's try the current waveform. So TH1 is conducting, so I will get positive current here for 120 degree, no doubt about it, right? I have to now look at it. When is my negative current? So negative current will be coming in which portion? This portion. The negative current will be coming. So negative current is coming here. Negative current is D2. So negative current is coming here. Right. So you see, little interesting thing has happened. A little interesting thing has happened. Right. A little interesting thing has happened. This is TH1 and this is D2. So you will see that here, if you do Fourier thing again, you will see that this will become an angle of alpha by 2 cos alpha by 2, as you had seen in the case of a semi-bridge converter for the single phase. Okay, that you will see that this this zero shift will happen in such a way that it will be perceived as a phase angle of alpha by 2. Alpha by 2 will be its zero thing. And the sinusoidal will shift it to that angle. So if it is 0 here, the 0 will be of the current will be shifted to alpha by 2. Since in this case I have taken alpha is equal to 30 degree, so it will be somewhat here. Somewhat here the 0 will be coming here. Here. This will be the fundamental component. If we do that, it will be like this. So it will be having a displacement factor is equal to cos alpha by 2, as we have seen in a semi-bridge converter earlier. Okay, so I could start another thing, but I will start in the Wednesday's class. I will teach only one thing, the commutation drop that will affect the output voltage. This here so far I have not taken any commutation part of it. So in the next class I will teach that. I will teach this part, this thing, that the line side voltage has some inductors, commutating inductors like this. That means undesirable inductors are called commutating inductor. This is LC, undesirable inductors. Any source has this kind of inductances, and what happens, what is the consequence of that inductance in the rectified output voltage, we will learn in the next class. And then we will learn another, that will be the first thing we will learn, how the rectified output voltage gets modified, changed, reduced, in fact reduced due to this commutating inductor. The expression for that, the quantitative expression for that we will derive in the next class. Sorry. This is the circuit. This is the thing, how the rectified voltage will now change due to this commutating inductor, presence of commutating inductors. This is IR, this is IY, this is IB, minus plus VRRN, this is N, this is VD1N, this point, and this point is VD2N. Overall this voltage is V rect, okay, and this V rect voltage, how much it will be different now, we'll be seeing. It is minus plus VYN plus minus VBN. So that will investigate in the next with a quantitative expression. This is one thing I will teach, and then the last topic will be two thyristor. We call it 12 pulse rectifier. That means 2 thyristor converters would be there, and they would be connected in series in order to produce higher voltage, because in industry sometimes the machines are at higher voltage level. So what people have to do is that they, in order to operate such machine, they have to generate more voltage. So in this technique they produce more voltage by connecting 2 thyristor bridges, one through a transformer, interface through a transformer. The one secondary winding is star connected, the other secondary winding is delta connected. But after connecting that, they fire it in such a way that the harmonic content in the line side, that means in the primary side current, reduces. The objective is to reduce, because thyristor converter has one problem. That problem is that it doesn't have much control over the current. The current waveform gives harmonics, injects harmonics at the input side. It is good in controlling the rectified DC voltage, but it is not having any control over the current. current is directly decided by the load current. Load current is directly getting reflected here because you are firing only once in a line cycle. In a 50-hertz cycle, TH1 is fired only once. So if you are firing only once, how can you shape the current? So to shape the current into a sinusoid, the better method would be to connect more than one three-phase bridge in a cascade and then shift the firing angle. So we will talk about that, which will improve the quality of the current at the input side. It will still have steps, but steps will be such a nice step that it will resemble a sine wave. So that part of the thing, that is a very important part of understanding a thyristor converter, we will learn in the next class, that means Wednesday. Okay, thank you very much. I will now close the meeting.